my thoughts keep telling me to get me home, but my thoughts keep telling me to let me just let me That clock keeps ticking like a metronome, and my thoughts keep telling me to...
How's it going, lads? Marshall here, and welcome to the final ever episode of The Road to Greatness. Yes, this is it. What a journey we've had so far. We've used players that I never would have dreamt of using, the likes of Roman, the likes of De Quela. What a team we've had. Lombert as well. He's just terrible on this game. But anyways, guys, just before we get into this final episode, we just need 2 wins to complete The Road to Greatness. If you want some cheap UT coins, head over to fastfutcoins.com. All the links you will need is in the description. And my god, just look at that team. He's got the China Traore in nets, he's got goalkeepers in defence, goalkeepers in midfield, goalkeepers up front. This is ridiculous. He's even named his team 100 Chem just to take the piss. And not only that, in his team he had more than one player, like on the control, using the console. He had a control number 2, control number 3, and I'm pretty sure he had 4 players on his team, and it was a riot. I hate playing games like this because you know you're going to win, you know you're going to demolish them, and it's just far too easy, and I just smashed this guy. So while this is going on in the background, lads, let's talk about something else. Let's talk about the World Cup. How did your team fare? How did your nation fare? Did you get an easy group? Did you get a hard group? I know England, we've got a pretty tough group. Uruguay, it's going to be tough. Italy, they're going to beat us. Pretty simple as that. And I think we've got Costa Rica. Now Costa Rica, that'll just be a walkover, but apart from that, it's very, very tough. And I think Belgium, the team this whole Road to Glory is based on, I think they got a fairly simple group, so they will run out winners. As you can see in the background, it's already, as this goes in, 9-0, so it's 9-0. This is just boring. I bet it's just boring watching it as well, all these goals flying in. I basically got a free win off these guys to replace one of my players. It was one of those games that on the last gen, I keep saying that every episode, that you won't miss. I know people's going to do this all the time, take the piss, go into the game to have a laugh, but in terms of playing against it, it's not funny, it's boring, it's tedious, and you can just smash them and get as many goals as you want, as we score a 14th in the 90th minute with Christian Benteke probably grabbing his 4th hat-trick of the game or something shit like that. So we win this guy 14-0. I say guy, there was guys. Nob United, he definitely acted like one with that squad and with the way he played, half the time passing it around the back to try and not concede another goal. But anyways, guys, a free win, so we're going to replace Kevin Morales. Now Morales on this game, especially for me, he's been brilliant. I will definitely use him in the future. Cracking budget Premier League Belgian player, and he's replaced with a left winger in Mertens. Now Mertens joined Napoli in the summer, a cracking player, and on that right hand side he can cut in with that left foot, similar to Hazard on the other side, cutting in with his right, and he can score some blinders. But anyways, we have one remaining player to replace, and it's Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne, I can't say enough about him. He's great. He's just one of the best non-rares I've used throughout the whole of FIFA. On the last FIFA, the best non-rare I used was, who was it? It was Kone. Kone is fantastic on this, don't get me wrong, but De Bruyne, he's in another level. You've seen the team I was up against there. I can't help it, lads. I can't help that he's got silvers in the team. I can't help the first opponent I did get in having bloody goalkeepers up front, etc, etc. But it's the luck of the draw. These are online single player games, and some will be easy, some will be tough. When I had bronze, I was up against golds. When I had silvers, I was up against golds. It just so happens that when I've got a full gold squad and going for my final win to upgrade, I'm against some crappy team. But as you can see, this guy isn't crappy. He scores and wins. What a strike from Emnes. So not every team that you play is a walkover. That's kind of moral of the story I wanted to get out there. I'm not telling a bloody story, I'm not writing a book or anything like that, but again, the next opponent, he doesn't have a very good team. It's a very standard team. He's got a few silvers in there. Abel Hernandez up front. Hernandez again is great on this team, on this game even, bloody hell. But we take the lead. Nice little cross, 21 minutes in the game, and that was it. Lukaku with the only goal. So the final game in getting the final win to upgrade my final player is the most boring game of the series. Who could have wrote that? But that won't be our last game, as we will be playing with the final squad, and the way it shapes up, it's going to be De Bruyne going out, like I said, I can't say enough about this guy. He was sensational. It was a joy to have him in the squad, and no wonder I saved him till last to get gone, basically, to get rid of. And in comes Dembele. So there is a squad, lads. In nets, we have Mignolet. Now, Mignolet has been sensational for me throughout the series, throughout this whole game of FIFA 14. Cracking goalkeeper. The defence of Vermaelen, Company and Vertonghen, very solid, very strong, and very good in the air. The DMs, Witsel, Fellaini, again, strong defensive-minded players. Two cracking CDMs there. Hazard, Dembele, Mertens. What a kind of attacking free midfield. You just can't go wrong with that. Then up front, Benteke and Lukaku. Some of the most OP strikers in the game. So there is a squad. I would definitely recommend you rocking this squad in the future. Cracking little team. And our final opponent is FC Catalunya. And as you can see, he's got a very nice La Liga squad with Higuain there. I say La Liga squad, it's just a Barcelona squad. He's got Neymar up front. Neymar in this game is great. Fabregas in calm, pretty standard defence in Puyol and Piqué. But again, we use height to our advantage and take the lead through Marouane Fellaini. Header 19 minutes into the game, so it's 1-0 from the corner. Before we come forward yet again, Lukaku linking up with Dembele, and how about that for a strike on his debut? This will be his one and only game. That's kind of the con for the final player we bring in. They only get one game to impress, but Dembele, he makes it 2-0 before Fellaini makes it 3-0. Cracking strike 45 minutes into the game, and I've got to say, I've been impressed with Fellaini. I didn't rate him before I kind of brought him into the team. I thought he'd be pretty much lackluster, pretty much terrible, but he's great. I've got to say, he's a cracking midfielder, and he goes on to get his hat-trick. So in our final game, Fellaini with the hat-trick, another great header there. Before we come forward yet again, this time Christian Benteke, chest, touch, and he just bangs it, and what a strike that is, going right into the top corner. And we go on to get another one. This time Mertens coming into the box, and he just taps that into the net. So in my final game, I was going to say I was going to say R, so I said more. So in Jesus Christ, in our final game, we absolutely smash him 6-0. And guys, I just want to thank you before we finish it there for the support throughout the series. It's been amazing, it's been fantastic. Remember to suggest all the nations below. I've been reading them all, I've been looking at them all, I'm taking it all into consideration. Remember to drop a like, sub if you haven't. I will catch you all next time, lads.